Okay, and we are live.
We are live. How's everybody doing today? I'm Chloe.
And I'm Sandy. And I was just
Oh
thinking,
gosh.
Chloe, that you're like a little to the left there. But
I
what?
am like all over the place right now. I just had some like crazy misadventure in the kitchen. My Keurig tried to kill me, and the cats tried to kill my Bob Ross Chia pet. So it's
You
just all
got a
kinds of funky right now.
you got a Bob Ross Chia pet. Oh my gosh. Those were
Technically,
the coolest thing.
Ken got a Bob Ross Chia pet, but I don't know what that Ken is actually capable of handling a chia pet. So it's my responsibility now.
Does Ken have a Bob Ross thing? Because I kind of thought that that was your thing.
No, that's Ken. I did the Bob Ross wall for him.
Well, really? Huh.
Hmm. Hmm.
Well, that just changes my perceptions of Ken.
That's
Um,
love right there, right?
yeah. So if you are joining us for the first time, we are WordStitch. Did we say hello? Did I'm Sandy. Did we do that?
We said hello. We just didn't actually explain who we are and why we're talking to you right now.
Okay, all right. So we're writers, and we are talking to you because we are writers in need of words, and so we do a virtual write-in with you every week on Mondays from 4 to 6. So what we're going to do is ramble a little bit and then write, and you can write with us, and then we're going to ramble a little bit and then write, and so on. That was a good explanation, right?
Yeah, we're slightly a hot mess, but we're getting better. Yeah.
I
So we are going to be doing some word sprints. We're just going to tell you to write. We're going to tell you how long to write. We're going to have a handy timer up on the screen, so you know exactly how much more time you have to write before you get to listen to us ramble again. We are going to start off with an easy 10-minute one, and then we'll do a 25 and a 30, and we'll end with another 10.
oh,
Um,
you know what? I didn't change the prompts for us this time. We've been having technical glitches, audience. So I think we're gonna have to do it on the spot. Like, otherwise we'll be doing cats again, which is what we did last week.
Yeah, I mean, I say we just stick with the plot. The plot. Woo! Also, I don't speak the English very well. We should just stick with the prompts that we had last week. Whatever. We are winging it this week. We do have some grand plans on kind of revamping the show and doing some themes every week. That didn't happen this week though because we were both running late today.
But next week, or at least
Yeah,
in February. But it is 4 or 5, so let's do what we
it
definitely know
is.
we can
It is.
do
Let's
and
stop
write. Yeah,
talking.
yeah.
Um, yeah, and yes, I'm having this computer technical difficulties right now. So there we go.
Oh, no prompt. I erased the prompt for this one. So be
Is that
spontaneous.
yes, okay. So we are going to go ahead and start right now and write for 10 minutes. Are we back?
We are back.
We are back.
Yes. All right, let's see how we did. That was 258 for me.
I'm so crooked today. There we go. I only got 200, but I was having some wonky issues on my end, so I'm okay with that 200.
200 is respectable for 10 minutes, isn't it?
It is. I mean, I guess it depends on who you are. I think everybody's got their own pace. I'm sorry, I'm having technical difficulties, and by that I mean my own stupidity. There we go. Yeah, I think 200 is a good. I don't know. Like, I mean, you figure you've got that 1K 30, and if you want to like hit a 1K 30, then you're doing over 310 minutes. So I guess it's like whatever pace you just write at normally.
You know, I think it's easier for me to do a longer amount of words in 30 minutes, like per minute, than it is with the 10 minutes, because with 10 minutes, you don't have as much time to get into it. You know, like I think I write faster at the end than I do at the beginning. So there's like a slowdown that you don't get over. But anyways, you're right. Everybody has their own pace. And it is our technology break, and we should think about something technology-ish to talk about.
We didn't think about anything this week.
No. We didn't. It was an epic fail. Not only that, but we are having technical difficulties right now in all kinds of ways, or at least I was. So
yeah.
Mine
are stupidity based, but that's okay.
I kind of wanted to share my spreadsheet because it's been going so well for me. But I
really share your spreadsheet because I'm blanking here on what to actually talk about.
Yeah, today. Except the thing is, I don't think I can just load that. Like, I think I'd have to have a special OBS screen to do it. I don't have one.
Well, but you can screen share.
I can screen share. Yes,
you can even screen share into the timer window, so you've got a bigger frame. And you just won't be able to see me during that. But I'm okay with that.
Okay, hang on. Let me open the thing up, and I will do some screen sharing. Because this has actually been really exceptionally helpful to me. And if those of you watching don't do something like this, I highly recommend finding your own spreadsheet, or like the one that I'm using is based on Jamie Raintree's spreadsheet, which our friend Vanessa helped us find. But I am neurotic enough that I felt I needed more than like it wasn't good enough. I needed to track everything. So I'm seriously tracking like pages revised and pages edited and pages proofread and number of words and like 12 different projects, and I had to code it so I could have like different things in there. Like my fan fiction is a different category from my reader magnet. But okay, I'm gonna put this over into your window, Chloe, so I can share the thing.
Look at it creeping up on me now.
Yeah, no, this is because my computer is not like having this many programs open. Here we go. Okay, wait, can we see it? Did I change it to make it seeable in OBS?
I mean, so I'm looking at this on my phone. We're real advanced over here.
Yeah.
I literally just have my cell phone propped up next to my phone. And we are on a considerable delay. Oh, there we go. It's just tiny on my end, but I'm sure that anybody looking at this on a computer or with the phone closer than 4 feet away from them can see it just fine.
Yeah. So this is how the thing works. Is basically I have all my projects like listed on this line here where it says reader magnet all tied up. Those are supposed to be cute, sweet romances, by the way. And then I have, so Jamie's spreadsheet includes a lot of this, but I wanted to be able to see things like how much I had left and if I had like a particular target for myself. So I've been tracking, I need visuals, so I had to like highlight the cells that told me these are days that I'm supposed to be working on this or that. So you can see like this last week I had like a lot of work on these 2 projects over in columns C and E. And I have been telling my friend who recommended this to me, Vanessa, that this was crazy for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, because I am an Excel person. I have a deep, dark Excel history involving many spreadsheets, planning out many years of my life, which did not necessarily go the way I wanted them to go. And so I
feel like once you go down that Excel wormhole, your life is absolutely not what you ever wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Nobody when they're 8 thinks, I hope I'm an expert at Excel when I hit my 20s.
No, but I was doing Excel. Gosh, I was doing Lotus. Do you remember Lotus?
I do.
Yeah.
I'm also old.
Yeah. Okay, but I feel like most people, even in our age range, probably didn't mess around with Lotus that much. I totally did.
That's true.
And so there were years where I was like a major Excel person, down that rabbit hole, and then tried to break free and was successful. And now I've been rebelling against this because I've been feeling that it would make me too much of a planner. But I think this has been really helpful because.
Now, out of curiosity, I got to stop you for just a second. All the times that I have gone on my rant about how much I hate that none of the writing softwares come with spreadsheets in them, and you've just kind of smiled and nodded and like, I could see, but like you were like just trying to appease me. Were you secretly like, oh my God, yes, this is all I want in world, or were you absolutely just trying to appease me by agreeing with them?
Like, now that you see I have things like this with like this massive calculation sheet and like all these project lists. Right. Yeah. Okay.
There was a delay. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I love Excel. I completely agree with you, but I also think that. So here's what I really think is I don't think that Scrivener can compete with Excel. I don't think most programs could. So I would like very much for Scrivener to have like an Excel window, like maybe just something where it could like handle looking at Excel spreadsheets or like saving, because Scrivener basically saves documents as part of like a document management system. It's not like one document, it's like bazillions of documents all in like little folders. So I mean, if it could just figure out how to save Excel sheets like documents and then give us the same metadata, I mean, that would be amazing. But yeah, no, I am both appeasing you and also dying on the inside at the same time.
So basically the point of this is writing software makers out there, give us spreadsheets and will please us.
Yeah, because you need it. Because honestly, seriously, like this has increased my productivity probably 4 or 5 times what I would otherwise have been doing, even in like a good week. And it's because I can look and say, okay, so like today I need to get done. Like I had 12 pages in this, 6. I had 6 pages I had to do in this project. And I have like 1,000 I need to do in this project. And I have, I didn't show you that. Sorry, 6 in this project, 1,000 in this project. Like I need to get done like, I don't know, 20 pages of revision, I think, here and like another so many here. And I like, so I can see if I get these done, then I will be on track to finish this at like this particular time. And I think that's actually highly motivating. It's like an internal deadline. But because there are boxes and Excel spreadsheets involved, I don't want to miss the deadline. So yeah. So that is.
It's 4:25.
Yeah.
My contribution to this conversation won't be nearly as interesting probably because I am analog, but I have a rebuttal to this. Not a rebuttal, but an alternative to this.
Awesome.
We're gonna write for 25 minutes before we get to that because I gotta run to Dumbledore and I will finally finish this damn word crawl that I started 2 days ago. So we'll see you guys at 10 till.
Okay, we are back.
We are. How did you do?
Hang on. I had to finish a sentence that I didn't want to forget. 726. Not too bad.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you?
I got 628. And it's funny, you mentioned before about what did you say? That you write slower in the beginning of a sprint and faster at the end of the sprint?
Mm-hmm.
I just realized, you know what it is for me? It has absolutely nothing to do with like where I am in the writing. It's where I am in the scene.
Yeah.
If it's the beginning of the scene, like I plow for the first like 300 words of a scene, like nothing, and then everything after that just is a mess.
Huh. That's.
Yeah.
I wonder why. I don't. Do I have that? I think I have a harder time with the beginning of a scene
Oh,
than the end
is
of a
it because you
scene.
don't know where to start it, or
Maybe because, like, once. Like, to me, the beginning of the scene sets out whatever problem you're trying to solve, right? So, like, it's that initial action. And, like,
yeah,
after you give the character a problem, then all I'm doing is, like, recording what the characters do in
okay,
response. So it's not as hard for me to imagine what they do after I give them the problem. But it is hard for me to come up with the problem to begin with.
okay. I don't know. I start all of my scenes with description, and I feel like I
Mm.
get through description, or like either start them with description or exposition. Um,
Wait, wait,
and
wait, wait, wait. You're the person who told me that we should get rid of all that exposition, right? Like, no more of this exposition description in the beginning thing. Wasn't that you?
No.
No? Are you sure?
Wait, in the beginning of the scene or the beginning of the book? Because
Just,
absolutely no exposition at the beginning of the book. That's terrible. But at the beginning of the of a scene,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, interesting. So you do a ton of exposition at the beginning of your scenes later on. Well, not a
No, I do like
ton.
100 words of exposition.
Okay. Okay.
But
Hey,
it's not a lot. It's
that's
just like a
not.
recap.
Yeah.
It's like previously on.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. So then it's, if you're, yes, then your previously on would be easier than the rest of the scene. But wait, so at our last break, you said you had like another alternative to my Excel spreadsheet for keeping yourself like on
Yeah.
task. So what do you
Um,
have?
So I find this kind of funny. Like the whole time we were talking about how great Excel is, I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking about this because as I mentioned, I've got that thing about like desperately wanting Excel
Mm-hmm.
to be in Scrivener, or like if any other writing program had a spreadsheet in it, I would absolutely jump ship to that program in a heartbeat as long as it was like even slightly usable. But in general, I am actually more of an analog person. So I have this going on right now.
Oh,
Um,
whoa.
yeah. And I'm waiting for it to actually pop up on our feed because I don't know how much. There we go. I can't really tell how much is visible on the screen. Um,
We
oh
can't
God.
read
So
what
there's
the
like a
goals are.
slight delay. Any viewers, there is a slight delay
Whoa.
between like what we're saying and what is visible.
Is that
Um,
is that a Rocketbook calendar?
it absolutely is a
Ah!
Rocketbook calendar. But so like I've got everything color coded on it, and once it gets to where I need it to be for it to, am I like moving the wrong way? I am moving the wrong way. There we go. Don't mind me. I'm not that smart.
Don't believe her.
So there we go. So I've got like everything on this column that I want to get done this month. So I've got like I'm working on a quilt, and that's what all the blue is. You can see in this that like I'm mostly working on the same two projects. So all of Ken's quilt is in blue, and then the Christmas Bake Off, which is what I'm working on right now, is the purple. And then I've got like I'm planning on doing a video for us that I haven't done yet. And then I'm doing read-throughs on two of my stories so I can pick up the sequel story next month.
Mm-hmm.
That's Girlfriend by the Hour and Lover by the Hour. And then I've got Lover by the Hour in pink because I just decided to randomly read it the other day. So I'm kind of actually done with that project.
Oh.
And then, yeah, so this is just what I do. And then at the end of the week, if I'm not lazy, I tabulate the amount of hours and the amount of words written per project. So each box is about a half hour. A lot of times I do follow Pomodoro, so it could be 25 minutes or it could be a half hour. I'm not going to argue about 5 minutes with my own stupid calendar. But yeah, so like on my first week, I wrote 8,700 words. It took me 9.5 hours to do it, and I also quilted for 9.5 hours.
Whoa.
I had a really bad day, this red square, because of Ken having a party that kept me up all night. I even blamed Ken. It's written right there because I feel like when I look at this again to see how I did as the year progressed, I need to know that Ken is the reason that I got nothing done on this day in 2019.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I do. Little Rocketbook calendar.
So I don't think that we can see as clearly as you'd like, but so are there little boxes that designate like how long you've spent on each project then?
Oh, yeah. So the bars, I don't know what you're seeing right now, if you're seeing anything closely enough.
Okay.
Or
The bars correspond to like time?
Yes.
Oh.
Each box, which you would have to like actually be holding it to see, because it's one of the like dot ruled books. But each square in it is 30 minutes.
Oh, that's clever. So you're tracking both the words and the time. I will admit, I am not tracking the time. And I have... Okay, so this is probably a rebellion from billable hours, but like... If there is one thing that I hate, it's tracking my friggin' time. And I have never been good at it. The only time I was good at it, the entire team working with me was bad at it, and I ended up getting like sort of like cheated out of, well, not cheated, but let's just say I probably worked a lot more than everybody else did, but there was no way of telling because no one else had bothered to track their hours. And it's like nightmares. There's like nightmares involved in billable hours. Nightmares. But if you want to track your hours and you like Excel spreadsheets and you don't have an amazing magic Rocketbook, Toggle is the best app that I ever found for it for tracking online. Like you can pretty easily.
Toggle?
So it's an app, but it lets you like basically have a bunch of like you list a bunch of projects in the app, and then every time that you're working on one, you can set a timer to like tell Toggle that you're working, and then you can also go back and manually say I was working on this project from 2 to 5. So then like theoretically later on in the year you have beautiful records of all of the hours you spent on everything. So
Toggle sees everything.
Toggle, yeah, but I mean if you have to do it, if you have to. But I am gonna if I can avoid tracking hours, that would be good, which I know is crazy, right? Because for a lot of people you need to know how much you can get done in an hour, right? Like it determines what you can do in a day, but I've never found...
I feel like as long as you're tracking how much you get done and you feel like you are consistently getting done what you need to get done, then you don't need to track that.
Yeah, so this is how I feel as well. And I think the difference is like, are you the kind of person where you know that you'll consistently get so much done per hour? Because if so, then you could say to yourself, well, like, look, it took me, like in January, I worked this many hours. I got done this many words. So realistically, in like 2020, I could do whatever. But I'm not. How much I get done depends on my mood and what time of day it is, and if I've had breakfast, and if I exercised, and what part of the scene I'm on, and like all of this stuff. So yeah, it makes a lot more sense for me to be deadline oriented than... And that means that what I need to do is to say, like, how much, like, to do as much as I can in a day, beat my deadlines, beat them if possible.
You know what that also means? That you need to do a 1K30 right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I will not be doing a 1K30 because I'm just not keeping that kind of pacing this time of year. That is strictly November, April, July pacing. um, but we are going to write for the next 30 minutes.
Yep.
And that's so weird. I just got a notification from Twitter that it was a tweet that just said same on it. And so somebody is agreeing with me out in the world, and they have no idea that they're agreeing with me right now. That's okay. Same. We're not writing 1,000 words right now. You should try though. Go ahead and start now.
Okay, we are finally back.
So I had some technical difficulties this time.
Oh no. Did you get any words done?
I mean, I got a couple, and then somebody had to throw herself at me. And, and like once she's here, like it's not even, I don't have cats who sit on the keyboard. I have cats who have to there now because I'm talking, she runs away from me. I don't know what you're talking about, mommy. I would never do that. I don't want to be here.
Never.
But yeah, she has to be like right in my arms. And then I can't type. So, I don't know. I got like 400 words. How did you do?
I got like 693. You got to type over them. Like you have to put the animal in the lap and then type. My creature does this as well.
She won't, because she has to be in my face. That's where the problem is with her, is that she needs to, she needs to like breathe my breath. I don't, you Missy. So yeah.
Oh, she's just really connected. Hi, kitty. Hello. If it was a dog, it would have responded.
Yeah, no, she's not, because she's busy licking herself cats.
As you do. Okay, so so you got 4 something. I'm at 693. I'm almost at the end of my short story too, which is good. So
nice.
Yeah. This was.
I wrote a whole bunch of words this weekend, so if I'm coming up a little short today, I'm okay with that. So is this he made pasta? Is that what you're working on right now?
I am seriously gonna call it that.
I love that name.
Yeah,
that name is great.
I mean, it's all the story's about. That's all it is. And if you're watching, this is a short story that I've written that is basically meant to be what they call a reader magnet. And the point of a reader magnet is to have a freebie that you can put out on one of these like promotional sites, and hopefully entice people to sign up for your newsletter based on. I know it wasn't that one. So this was, I haven't titled this yet, and it's the short story assignment that I got for the NYC at Midnight competition.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I got a good. Well, I don't know. At first, I was a little disappointed. I got so NYC Midnight, which is an amazing competition that like every writer should try at some point. It's cheap, but it's also great feedback. It's a good like imagination stretch. It's low time commitment.
It's really it's well respected too. That's kind of a problem that you get with a lot of these writing competitions, that you really don't know if they're scams or not. But like a lot of people do NYC at Midnight.
Yeah, that's good. I did not know that, but I do know.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had a really good experience with it. So because I mean, you get feedback from all of the judges, which is like a huge thing to be able to get feedback from somebody on your story that doesn't like know anything about you and is only getting your words. So in like a professional capacity, that's fantastic. And they assign you a genre and a subject and a character. So I got assigned mystery, tardiness, and a father-in-law.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's
like mystery. I'm like, that is absolutely not even close to my jam.
Me neither.
So that would be an issue for me. But I like tardy and father-in-law with this.
You know, so I do and I don't, because on the one hand, like, okay, so tardiness and father-in-law, there's like a million ways that could play out, right? Like this is the father-in-law who shows up late to your wedding, but why? You know, like the father-in-law who like doesn't come to his own 50th anniversary thing, but why? But the problem is that it's almost like so mundane. I don't know. I had like sci-fi patriotism and a pediatrician that first time, and those were amazing. Like there was all kinds of stuff you could do with that without
like laundry or something.
I did. I had a laundry worker, horror, and what was the other part? I don't know. I know I killed someone in a washing machine. It was scary. I yeah,
But
but
not scary enough, right? Like that story did not move you on.
no, it didn't. I got an honorable mention. Also, I think I'm not very good at writing screenplays. It was my very first
Oh,
one.
that's right. It was a screenplay. Yeah.
Hmm,
Yeah,
hmm.
I think I would just bomb horribly at that.
Well, there's actually a whole like art to writing screenplays apparently, and I don't know if I felt good about my honorable mention, but even though I was doing something I'd never done before in a genre I would never touch with a subject that doesn't interest me, but this one is I don't know. I have no idea if I'm doing a good story or not. I never know. I won't know until I let my husband read it, and then he judges my short stories actually decently well. Like
Okay. So
so
he's
I'll
good at judging that because you've mentioned before that he's not so great at reading your stuff.
he's terrible with my YA and my romance, and I think it is because when I'm doing those, I'm writing to entertain, So
Yeah.
like there's something about romance that leads to fantasy, and same with YA. Like either way, you're fantasizing about either this sort of like perfect love situation, perfect imperfect love, or like some kind of coming of age adventure with perfect love. Either way, it's fantasy. Okay, but these, they're so short that they always end up feeling like kind of literary experiments. So I feel like if they're going to count, they have to count. Like I can't just entertain. I have to say something.
Right.
And I think that changes it for him. Like, so now they're adult fiction. He thinks I'm far better at adult fiction than anything else, but
Right, but that's because he doesn't read YA fantasy romance.
yeah, I know. I've been trying to change that, but it's just
I I don't think you need to change that. I think you
yeah.
can leave things exactly how they are.
Yeah.
Your husband is just not your target demographic.
No, he's not. He's not. But he likes these, and I like them. And I think this is a good creativity challenge. Like I know usually when we talk creativity, we're talking sewing and such, but there's something really important about getting out of your normal genre and
Yeah.
trying something like this. Like I don't like mystery either because I feel like with romance the fantasy is love, and I can handle that. Love or sex, right? Like either of
Yeah.
those, I'm good. But like with mystery, the fantasy is that you're this amazing puzzle solver. Okay, I've never fantasized about being an amazing puzzle solver. I like puzzles.
Yeah.
I've never had this like, wow, wouldn't it be great if I was the most like the smartest person on the planet? Like this has never crossed my mind. Wouldn't it be great if I was super sexy and could have anybody I wanted?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Give me. But but the puzzle's not so much, so I don't know. Is there a genre that you would really like or wouldn't like, Chloe? Do you have a
Me?
yeah.
Yeah, like there's a ton of genres that I don't like.
So what
Um,
what would be
like
yours?
if I got mystery, I'd be and I'm sorry, my cat just made a really weird face at me. The other one has wandered in, is making weird faces at me. Um, yeah, if you gave me any sort of like horror or suspense
Mhm.
or mystery, um, if you wanted me to do like lit fic, I don't know. I don't really go far outside of fantasy and romance. Um, Back in my short story, you know what? If like you give me like a slice of life sort of thing, I can rock those out in short story format.
Mhm.
Um, I'm not, you know what? I'm not really good at short stories to begin with, though. I'm good at flash fiction. Like I'm good at 800 words or 80,000 words. I'm really bad at the in betweens.
It is hard because with 25, this is 2,500. That's my word limit. So of course it'll be like 2,499 because
Yeah,
yeah, it's hard to pull off a story in that short of a period. But you also have to make it like it can't just be one scene, right? Because like
yeah,
with a short story of that length, you need sort of like a couple of acts. So every act has to be like 500 words. It's tough.
Do you really though? I mean, I guess you would have to for some things, but I feel like Mask of the Red Death is one enormous scene. And I could be wrong. It's been a really long time since I read it, but that's gotta be like 2,500 words, right?
I have I ever read this? This is Edgar. Is this Edgar Allan Poe? Are we talking about?
It is, and it's about the Black Plague or some plague. I don't know which plague. Oh God, I'm making a mess here as I try to get my Edgar Allan Poe omnibus out. But it is because I'm still living in this world where I own books. Look at that book.
Hey, it's a book, a real one.
But it's so the Mask of the Red Death. It's like the mosque is in like a ball, like a masked ball, but you know.
Oh,
And
yes.
so
But
the
aren't
Red Death is the plague, and it like comes in
and moves through
and
all these rooms, right?
yeah, and kills everybody. It's 7 pages. So it's just, I mean, it depending on, it's also this like super flippin' tiny
Oh,
print that these books do. So I don't know if it's the regular like 250 words or if that was even a little bit. I mean, it was blurry, but you could see what I was getting at.
yeah.
But so that's just like if you don't, um, if you don't want, if you do want it to be like one great big scene, there are certainly like good short stories out there to make that one scene, to show you that you can do this in one scene.
I'm sure there are, but I feel like for me with a mystery, I need more than one spot where I'm showing a clue. So at the very least, even if it were the same scene, I would need to be thinking of it as like, here's where I get to clue A, and there's where I'm going to show you clue B. And am I hiding them well enough, but making them obvious enough? I don't know. This is probably not my genre, but still.
Right. Yeah, like with mystery, I feel like I don't know. I feel like I might be able to do it, but like my short stories are always really weird. Um, so like for me, like it's certainly not me saying, "Well, I can do it," so poo-poo on you because I can. Mine would just end up being like really weird, and it would be like detectives. It would absolutely be. I'm sorry, I'm looking for another omnibus right now. It would be Roald Dahl has that story about a woman who kills her husband and serves her husband up in a stew for the detectives. And I feel like my story would absolutely be that coming from the perspective of the detectives.
That is lovely.
I don't know. Roald Dahl did some dark stuff. I don't know if you were aware of that, but Roald Dahl has
a little
a very
dark side.
dark adult history before he started to do the really dark children's stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but just I mean, short story sort of lends itself to being dark because you feel like you need to be sort of like poignant, and like because of that you get dark because all the good stuff about life relates to love, and if you wanted to talk about love, you'd be doing fantasy and romance, and all the stuff that otherwise counts is dark and scary and sad.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the very end. It's called Lamb to the Slaughter. And so the wife's name is Mary Maloney, and like you actually see her, if I remember right, this is actually really short too. It's from page 23 to 37, so it's 15 pages. But they're like the detectives are eating the stew, and they're like talking about like whether there's going to be any evidence on the premises or not. And so one of them, like the last 4 lines of it, one of them belched. Personally, I think it's right here on the premises. And the other one says, probably right under our very noses. And in the other room, Mary Maloney began to giggle because they're literally eating the stew that he's in.
Ugh.
Brilliant story. Anyways, it's 5:46.
Yeah, on that
Um,
note.
we went down a really weird path there, as
We
is our
did.
way.
Yep.
But we do have that last 10, and hopefully I can actually get some words in. I don't have any cats with me because Ken just got home.
All right.
So that works in my favor. So let's get this timer going. And all right, go ahead and start now.
Frat. I totally missed that we'd ended. How late am I?
Yeah.
A minute?
Yeah.
5?
Yeah, and then it was like a really creepy moment on the screen with me. It's just my face and in a
Sorry.
single pane. Probably with no volume either, right?
Uh,
I'm
I mean, I don't know because I was in the writing.
Gotcha.
Um, and this was only like 130 words, but I was trying to finish the little story. So,
I had one of those rapid fire dialogues where there's like no dialogue tags or anything, so I actually got quite a few words in because I can banter pretty well.
very good. So how many words did you get on that one?
I don't know.
A lot. 300, 500?
No. It's probably like 300.
That's still really good for the
Yeah.
last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I need to change our date up there. We are going to be back not on the 21st, but on the, what will that be, the 28th?
Dude, this month is going way too fast. Yes.
You know what? Thank goodness. January is a rough month. Like, I am ready to move on from January.
I mean, like I am, but also I swore that I would be done this damn story by now.
You can't just let it go.
I'm not even like, I mean, I'm close, but I am barely nudging along on this. If I'm not finished by the end of the month, I'm gonna table it then. Yeah, but I really thought, I mean, first of all, I was hoping that this story wasn't going to be the 50,000 words that it's turning into. It's crazy how many words is in this now. Yeah, so we'll see.
Well, maybe you I mean, I was about to say maybe you should de-Christmify it and make it a Valentine's Day, but I have the feeling that would ruin everything, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I can also write a Valentine's Day one.
That you could do that too then.
Yeah.
So we'll see what you're up to in February.
Yeah. The premise of this book I could absolutely make into every single dang season.
Nice.
And then I would just like have to like totally mess up the readers by not doing the season or the holiday in chronological order. But that's the type of person that I am. Yeah.
All right. Well, it is 6:00, so we should end our show. So if you joined us, thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Yes. Good luck with the words, everybody.
Good luck with the words. Bye.